Everyone, my name is John Coleman. I've been a mortgage broker for over 16 years. What I want to talk to you about today is how to make sure your bank accounts don't stop you qualifying for a mortgage. First thing the banks will do is obviously they look at your income and they would be prepared to lend you a certain amount based on how much you're earning. The next thing they look at, and of equal importance then, will be your bank statements. They want to look at your bank statements to determine two things. One, that you can demonstrate to them that you can meet the repayment of a mortgage, and two, that you actually manage your accounts in an orderly fashion. So how do we determine to the bank that you can meet the repayments? First thing is rent. Now, some people pay rent by cash. If you are, you need to make sure that you're withdrawing the same amount of money every month, so we can show the banks that this is part of your monthly expenditure. Two, obviously, if you're paying money from your bank accounts, that's much better. But if it happens to be a family member, I would change the narration to say the word rent, because sometimes banks don't take rent to family members as repayment capacity. Next thing, in terms of managing your accounts properly, they don't like to see misdirect debits on your bank accounts. Yes, one can happen, but if there's a pattern of missed payments, it's not something they like to see. The other thing they would take a dim view on is if you're constantly living in your overdraft. So if you have an overdraft facility and you basically spend your whole month being overdrawn, they don't like that. They would prefer to see you saving less and manage your money in a better way. Again, pretty obvious, but it's worth reminding people. They don't want to see people who gamble online. They have seen in the past that there's a higher correlation between people who have missed mortgage repayments and people who may have gambled in the past. So this is something that's a big red flag to the banks. Again, obviously life happens and sometimes there's big expenses that would happen in a 6-month period. We can use those expenses to demonstrate to the bank that these are once-off expenses, but well worth keeping receipts. So again, we can present to the bank you in the best possible light. Savings, which is obviously something they will look at as well as rent, they would prefer to see saving being done on a continuous basis. Small and often is what they would prefer to see, rather than big bonuses coming in and no pattern of savings in between these times. So basically, in order to get yourself ready, I'm more than happy to look at your bank accounts right now, so that in 3, 6 months, 9 months time, something doesn't trip you up. My contact details are below, and I hope you've got some value in listening to this. Thank you.